When you upload a sparring video wearing anything short of full tournament kit, you better be ready to get a lot of comments telling you how dangerous that is. I mean, going by some of these comments, you'd almost believe that if you stepped foot in a fencing arena without your fencing pants on, your femoral artery is likely to explode.
Where are you hit, Hoop? Hoop, where are you hit? My leg! Hoop, it's all right. Hurts like a zombie.
Which raises the question, what is safe sparring gear? Well, to be able to adequately answer that question, first we need to very briefly explore what sparring actually is. I'll probably go into a bit more depth in a later video, but for now let's just be very brief and say that sparring is a very free form of training. It's not a duel to the death, it's not fencing for a medal. We are doing an exercise, a very free form exercise. The type of exercise can range from very slow and controlled to very fast and intense. So with that in mind, what is safe sparring gear? The short answer, it depends. The long answer is that you can tailor your gear to whatever the intended intensity is that you are going to spar at. And vice versa, you can scale your sparring intensity to whatever gear you happen to have available at the time. If you bring your intensity way down and you exert a lot of control, you can spar with hardly any fencing gear at all. If you add a bit of gear, for instance, new members at our club who don't have all their fencing gear yet start with a loaner kit consisting of a mask, neck and chest protector, gloves and elbow protectors. And that is sufficient to spar perfectly safely. If you add a bit more gear, such as a light jacket, you can go a lot faster, as long as you agree not to hit certain targets, such as, for instance, the legs. And of course, if you have full gear, you can just go full tilt for some tournament prep style stuff maybe. But whenever I've tried to explain that you can tailor your intensity to the gear that you happen to be wearing, people tend to double down and tell me and insist that it's really super dangerous to be sparring without a fencing pants on, for instance. And the more I think about this, the more it worries me. Because it tells me that a lot of people consider their protective equipment to be the one and only line of defense between their opponent's sword and injury. And it also implies to me that a lot of people only know one speed, and that's 100%. The way I see it, the best predictor for getting through a sparring bout uninjured is good communication and expectation management before the fight actually starts. After all, your best protection against injury is a sparring partner who is invested in your continued well-being. It is a foundational skill in any martial art to be able to scale your intensity up and down as the situation requires. For instance, if you're fencing a relatively new member of the club, you might need to scale your intensity way down, not just for their safety, but also for their enjoyment and their ability to learn. If you have very limited gear available to you, or if it's super warm and just looking at a pair of fencing pants is making you sweat, then maybe going a bit slower and limiting your target areas is a very good thing to do. In the end, fencing gear is there to provide us with a margin for error, a room to make mistakes. It is a line of defense, certainly, but it is our last line of defense. And when mistakes do happen, it is our intensity that we were fencing at that determines how bad the consequences are. If you're unable to scale the intensity to the needs of the situation, that is a skill issue. And if you feel like you need a full tournament kit to spar safely, then, well...
I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.